EMA officials have reported a tornado on the ground at Tamarack Road and Carter Road in the southwestern portion of Owensboro, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. That was at 4:10 about 4 minutes ago, and indeed that was the area we were watching on first warning Doppler. So now we have confirmation from the ground that this is a tornado.
January 3rd, 2000. A day that has been sketched into my mind forever, and a day that led to extreme storm anxiety for me as a kid, and a day that eventually turned into a passion for weather and storm chasing. It all started with a beautiful, almost early summer-like day. 70s to nearly 80-degree temperatures were observed in the region. All well and normal in May and June, but this was January. Warm-ups happen often during winter in Kentucky, but not like this. This was dangerously warm and dangerously unstable. As we moved into the afternoon, it didn't take long for Chief Meteorologist Wayne Hart to take to the air on News 25 as storms took full advantage of this unseasonably unstable and warm atmosphere. And from here, this is about the time my family, along with many others around the tri-state area, tuned in as that iconic News 25 weather coverage sound broke out on all TVs and radio.
I'm meteorologist Wayne Hart in the First Warning Doppler Weather Center. The tornado warnings for Webster County have now been extended to the northeast, and they are now in effect for McLean, southeastern Henderson, and Davis counties in Kentucky. Let's go to live First Warning Doppler radar. We're focusing in here on our 40-mile range to get a better view of what is going on. And keep in mind, this is based not only on NEXRAD Doppler radar signatures, but also a report from the Kentucky State Police about 15 minutes ago of a tornado on the ground just to the northwest of the city of Providence. And that storm is moving rapidly to the northeast at about 55 miles per hour. And to be on the safe side, they have now extended warnings for southeastern Henderson County, much of McLean County, and then into Davis County, Kentucky. You can see if this storm holds together, it will be moving right into the heart of Davis County, including possibly the city of Owensboro. So we're going to have to keep a very close eye on the situation.
Unfortunately, the day kicked off with its first tornado. Around 3:10 in the afternoon, an F3 with 160 mile per hour winds rocked Crittenden and Webster counties. It was a quarter-mile wide and stayed on the ground for 15 miles. 3 minor injuries were reported. Around 100 homes were damaged or destroyed. But as we all know, it was just the beginning as this line-embedded supercell prepared to drop an even stronger tornado, right in the heart of a populated tri-state city.
County.
Now we need to go back to meteorologist Wayne Hart and get an update on the situation with the severe weather in Webster County moving toward Davis County. Wayne?
Okay, Shelley, we appear to be getting a signature now on First Warning Doppler on our velocity mode of this possible tornado. Let's go right now and take a look at this again. And keep in mind, we are looking at wind velocities here. Blues are blowing towards the radar, the reds away, but look what we're seeing here in the vicinity of Owensboro. This appears to be what we call rotation or couplet, where we have winds blowing towards the radar site and winds blowing away here, and that would indicate rotation, and this is likely the portion of the storm that may still be producing a tornado or possibly just a funnel cloud at this point. We can't be sure, but it appears to be getting very close now to the city of Owensboro.
The radar, unfortunately, was right. At around 4:06 p.m., the second tornado of the day touches down just west of Highway 81, right in the heart of the small town of Rome, Kentucky. At highway speeds, this tornado rapidly grows and strengthens just south of the airfield, all the while being nearly completely hidden in torrential rainfall. About this time, Wayne Hart gets a live shot from just west of this tornado. Normally, you'd be able to see a tornado from that distance, but hidden in that rain was a rapidly growing, soon-to-be half-mile wide monster.
Per hour. Let's take a look at a live picture right now from Owensboro, and I don't know if our photographer can hear us right now, but if you can, we want to be looking off towards the southwest of Owensboro. That's the general direction we want to be looking in right now for this possible tornado, because it appears that the leading edge of the storm is now approaching the city, and we're going to keep a very close eye on this situation here as it moves into the city of Owensboro.
And it's at this moment my uncle sees the green and eerie skies as he's leaving to head to my childhood home, where my aunt also was at. Thankfully, he leaves early enough, Not long after, their home was one of the first hit as the tornado crosses Carter Road and sends right into its first highly populated neighborhood. Extreme damage takes place in this region. Some homes are completely destroyed. Others, like my aunt's, just had the roof damaged. Unfortunately, it's about to get a whole lot worse. A nightmare for many parents across our city as the tornado takes aim directly for Apollo High School. Thankfully, school had let out over an hour ago, but many after-school programs with students and teachers remained in the school.
EMA officials have reported a tornado on the ground at Tamarack Road and Carter Road in the southwestern portion of Owensboro, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. That was at 4:10, about 4 minutes ago, and indeed that was the area we were watching on First Warning Doppler, so now we have confirmation from the ground that this is a tornado moving through the south side of Owensboro. To repeat, about 4 minutes ago, EMA officials reported this tornado on the ground at Tamarack and Carter Roads in the southwestern side of the city of Owensboro. So if you are anywhere in the city, you want to be in your basement right now. You want to stop whatever you are doing and get into the basement. Yes, this is January, the middle of winter, but we have a life-threatening situation underway here. This is a tornado that is on the ground in Owensboro. We go back to live First Warning Doppler radar. You can see the live picture, which was just indicating rain here. The tornado was detected in this general area right here. And keep in mind, this is moving northeast at about 55 to 60 miles per hour. So this is not going to waste any time as it moves across the city towards the eastern half of Davis County. So obviously, if you're in Owensboro, you need to be in the basement, the lowest floor of your home. But assuming this tornado stays together, it'll be moving into the northeastern sections of Davis County, possibly affecting the communities of Philpott, Ensor, Thruston, even into Knoxville here within the next 15 to 20 minutes.
Now, it was my family and I's turn. One of the scariest moments in my life, and everyone there was about to take place. There's nothing we could do about it, but pray and feel and hear the effects of upwards to 180 mile per hour winds hit our home and surroundings. But right before this moment, this is when my uncle pulls up to the house, frantically. You can see him get out, and you just see the fear in his eyes, knowing something was seriously wrong. He tells us to get inside and get to the shelter, which me and my brother had already thrown pillows in. We chose an interior bathroom that had many walls between us and the outside. We all piled in, and not long after, you could hear the roar. You could feel the house shake like an earthquake, and then the windows blew out. The house creaked as it approached failure, and then everything turned into a wind tunnel. I remember vividly looking out from underneath the pillow and seeing my uncle hanging onto the bathroom door as it shook and rattled. And then it was over. Silence. And shock of what just happened. But this tornado wasn't done causing nightmares for parents across the city. Simultaneously, Tamarack Elementary School took a direct hit from this very same tornado. From here, another realization was starting to take shape among my family. My dad didn't make it home in time. He was on his way but never made it. As he drove down Tamarack Road towards our neighborhood, the tornado was also exiting our neighborhood. He quickly pulled into the Citgo gas station, gets on the floorboard, and holds on as he takes a glancing hit from this tornado. 2 schools in, and some of the largest neighborhoods hit already, and this tornado still wasn't done. It then hit its widest point as it pushed into the neighborhoods surrounding the Sutherland baseball fields. And then it takes another go at another school. This time, Kidbissee College. Extreme damage took place in this area as it pushed northeast into the campus apartments. Cars were tossed like toys, and 2-story apartments crumbled under the extreme winds and pressures. Now, the tornado's crossing the busiest road at the time in town. Frederica Street normally at 4 to 5 p.m. is full of people going home, grabbing supper and groceries. Today, that's being disrupted by the city's worst disaster in history. From this point, the tornado finally begins its final plunge, pushing right through the heart of town, passes over 25th, Beach Road, New Hartford Road, causing damage throughout town. This tornado crosses into Rose Hill Elmwood Cemetery, still moving 55 to 65 miles per hour. Finally, though, this tornado is preparing to take its final gasps. Within minutes, it's ripped through town, and as quickly as it came, it went. Finally, the tornado ropes out just west of Highway 54, and just like in my house, silence, shock, and realization that we survived. The tornado carved a path 7 miles long, right into the neighborhoods I was growing up in and played in daily, right into the homes we spent our lives and made memories in, right into the schools I would soon join and learn in. But a miracle happened that day. Even with all the destruction, no one lost their lives. Even my dad, who was in the worst spot you could be, saw it and pushed his way into the neighborhood. And I still remember that hug to this day. The following day, my dad, brother, and myself drove through some of the damaged neighborhoods while filming on our family's VHS tape. This is the first time this footage has ever been shared with the public. It's part of my story. One thing you'll see on this video is how it's snowing. Winter came back quickly and all returned as it should be. But lives were changed, including mine. This event led directly to a crippling fear of storms and tornadoes, one I wasn't sure I'd ever be able to get through. But as I grew older, that fear turned to passion. I went from hiding from dark clouds to running outside and filming them. For others, some had scars and injuries that serve as a reminder of that day. 18 injuries were reported, along with 2 that were critical, but all survived thankfully. For others, they had to completely rebuild. 50 homes were total losses, along with 750 homes, mine included, were damaged. Thankfully, my entire family was unharmed. We lost our fence, our front windows were blown out, and some roof shingles were missing. Tree damage was widespread around the block, except for our tree, which somehow stood strong. There's a lot of cases like that though. My aunt and uncle lost part of their roof while the house across the street was destroyed. As you see in this footage, the Seiko gas station sustained damage while my dad's truck was left untouched. But nobody that lived here in Owensboro will forget January 3rd, 2000. A day that shaped me into who I am today, and a day that served as a reminder of what can happen in this region. My final message is this. Yes, I'll survive this tornado, but there's things we can do to make sure the next time this happens, the same can be said. Many made mistakes that day, including my family, who until my uncle drove into the yard and yelled, "It's coming, let's go." We're not in shelter. With the tornado seconds away, the warning had been out for a while, and still we had a close call. My dad also should not have been driving. He should have stopped and found a shelter. Instead, he drives into the tornado and is forced to ride it out in his truck. Things we did right though, without a basement option, we chose an interior bathroom with no exterior walls, and it worked very well. Scary? Yeah. But it kept us safe. So have a plan and take warning seriously. It's not a matter of if, but when. Owensboro's been hit by many tornadoes over the years. This one just stood out the most. And after all that, I know one thing. God blessed us that fateful day. And He's blessed us many times since and before. And I pray that continues. This community did come together though, and now over 25 years later, it's almost impossible to see what happened that day. Owensboro is a strong town. We learned that day and the following weeks and months. So let's keep it strong. Stay prepared and never fear.